A man was driving up a mountain when suddenly there was a loud crash. Something seemed to have happened. When the man regained consciousness, he found himself surrounded by darkness. The windshield in front of him was completely covered with dirt. This terrified him. He quickly tried to move the windshield wipers, but they were firmly pinned down and wouldn't budge. The man started to worry. He looked around and discovered that even the sunroof was covered in dirt. Could he have been buried alive? He couldn't believe it. He hastily unbuckled his seatbelt and tried to pull open the car door, but all his efforts were in vain. All the doors were firmly blocked by the soil and impossible to open. The man took a deep breath, trying to calm himself down. He pulled out his phone to call for help, only to discover there was no signal inside the car. With no time to overthink, he rushed back to the driver's seat, hoping to start the car and force his way out. But after turning the key repeatedly, the car showed no response. Frustrated, he started punching and kicking, but he used too much force, causing the soil outside to shift. The entire car shook with the movement. Terrified, he gripped his seat tightly and didn't dare move again. Fortunately, everything outside quickly settled down. Filled with anxiety, he no longer dared to move carelessly. By now, the man was drenched in sweat. Clearly, the oxygen in the car was beginning to run out. It seemed that if he wanted to survive, he would have to rely on himself. He went over and knocked on the car window, hearing a hollow spot. This excited him tremendously. He quickly rolled down the window and rolled up his sleeves, wanting to see if he could reach outside. Unfortunately, as soon as he applied pressure, the dirt began to flow downward. Frightened, he immediately rolled up the window. Thankfully, the glass was strong enough to hold back the soil outside. Although he had escaped danger, he was now covered in dirt. But before he could recover, the sunroof suddenly cracked. He frantically grabbed some tape, trying to patch the broken glass, but the thin tape couldn't withstand the pressure of the soil. Just as he was about to be buried alive, the man noticed a steering wheel lock under the seat. A flash of inspiration hit him. He quickly pulled out the lock and placed it diagonally against the sunroof. Surprisingly, this abandoned lock actually held back the continuously sinking soil. The man was somewhat unlucky. He nervously swallowed and stared intensely at the sunroof, fearing the glass might suddenly break. The steering wheel lock did indeed hold the weight of the soil, and the man finally lowered his guard and took a deep breath. It was this moment of relaxation that led him to make the stupidest decision of his life.